What's up? I just finished watching a movie called Tokyo Taxi. At first, I'm gonna talk without spoiler, and after that, with spoiler review. At first, without spoiler. It was movie of the taxi driver, male taxi driver, and he has wife and daughter, and he has a customer on a day that was already like 85 years old. And this is a story about already in the nowadays and remember the past, what she experienced on the way to the destination. And it is hurtful and humanity, about humanity. And this is not speed, action, adrenaline kind of movie. It's a like a biography of old woman already, and also the family, about the family of the taxi driver, wife and daughter. And it was like 2-hour movie, and it was really nice. Not getting bored, and nice camera shot, and it's a not action type good shot, rather photography, like cinematic good shot. And also actors are good, and they are really famous actors in Japan. And also I really like the old ladies acting, because she's a kind of legendary actor in Japan, but rather than that, she is an old lady, and but also she is really good actress too. And the history on the face is really great and important on the movie. So it's really nice to watch. I really recommend to watch it. But also, I watch in language in Japanese, but maybe we be overdubbing, like speaking in English or other language. It might change the atmosphere, because it's all about the old ladies acting, just the core of the movie. So it might change the impression. But I really like that. From here, I'm gonna talk about the movie with spoiler. The movie is about the old lady's biography, like the 1914 and 2025. So she has a lot of history in her life, and there was war, and she lost her father on the war, and after that she met with a man, and she was in love with a man, but the man left. He's gone, but she has a child with a man, the first love. And after she got a baby and a child, she married again with it's a first time, but the second man. They married with a man, but on that era, culturally, the man, the woman not fair, or there was some violence from man to the old lady. And the husband, did not like the child because the child is not the husband's child. So the husband did some violence on her and also the child too. And for the revenge, she already, this is a spoiler, already boiled oil and make some burn on the husband's body with boiled oil. And she did not intend to kill, but that was really the judge took the action as really heavy crime, and judge made a judgment that she tried to kill the husband. So she was imprisoned for 9 years. And she, after she went to prison, after that she started to work as the makeup, and she wanted to run the nail makeup. She wanted to be nailist, so she went abroad to United States and ran as a makeup nail, and came back to Japan, and she ran her own nail salon, and it seems like she did really well. So she got some amount of wealth on that. And on the today, on the movie, she needed to go care house for elderly, for the maybe she needs some helpful daily life. So that's why she was moving from her house and salon on house, and she seems like some a kind of lawyer, manages her bank account. So she could go elderly care house, and also the lawyer take care of her bank account. And on that day, she went to old care house with a taxi with a taxi driver guy, and she talked about her life. This happened, like what happened, and there was first love, and the bad husband, but I'm also bad guy and poisoned. So she looking back or thinking about her past. And taxi driver listened to that story. And go to the taxi driver's part. He has wife and daughter, and the daughter has a daughter has an entrance exam of high school, and she plays a clarinet, the instrument, and so she wanted to go music high school, and that was private school, so the entrance fee and the tuition is really high. So taxi driver guy is really upset about how to manage it. So there was story. He taxi driver guy need to manage the money for the daughter. And at the end, this is also spoiler. The taxi already is went to the old care house, but after a week she already passed away, and she know about the taxi driver guy and the daughter's tuition. So she already gave her money to the taxi driver guy. And so that the daughter can go to the high school and eventually went will go to university, and also she wanted to go Europe, EU to learn more about classical music. So it was enough money for that. And what I'm interested in is a timeline 1940 to 2025, and also contrast of woman and man. So on the 1940 or around that year, the relationship between men and women is not balanced. So there's some violence in house, but it changes on the taxi driver's guys era or year. And the already wanted to ask taxi driver guy, do you really care, or tell the wife that taxi driver guy loves the wife? Did you tell the love to her? And he said, So tell her that, the old lady says. So it's a cultural, maybe development of society year by year, or like balanced. And also by assistance of money from old lady to daughter, that daughter might have better future and better choice of future and independence. So I think that's how society changes and woman, female independence, freedom, and choice. That's the key of the movie. And also cultural development of male. And this is a taxi driver, and maybe if it's possible that daughter will meet with some guy in the future. And it's not mentioned on the movie, but hoping better future than this and developing year by year. And I felt that feeling of hoping better future. And about the director of the movie. Director of the movie is 95 years old. 95 years old. So older, 10 years older than the already in the movie. So he was born before that. So actually he was through this history like 1930s to 2025 now. And he watches society change, and also maybe he changed her mind year by year, because what's normal on the society is changes. So some development as society, and I felt the hoping better future from now to future. I felt the impression. So it was a really nice movie watching on movie theater because of the old lady's facial expression and acting is really nice. And it is a movie that really different from computer graphic or adrenaline type movies. It's really like calm down and watching. So it's a really traditional movie. And also that actor is really nice. She is actress. Actress is really nice. The old lady is really legendary actress in Japan. And also it's really important that she is, I think it's really actually 80s years old, and each wrinkle makes a strong impression on her acting, and that makes a movie really strong and really strong impression. I did not watch the original story. This was Tokyo Taxi, but there was Paris Taxi, and the main script was there, and it's like a cover movie or second movie. Paris Taxi is original, and based on that, writing another script, Tokyo Taxi. And I think the core concept already and taxi and history and maybe the daughter or child, I think these plot will be same, I guess. I do not search, just guessing. But so the difference is how Japanese society changed. So I think that's the director's intention or main motive or something in his mind, something in director's mind. So it would be nice to watch both movie and watching the cultural difference of Paris Taxi and Tokyo Taxi, and watching the difference year by year and comparing. That would be also fun to see. Thank you for watching. Please watch the Tokyo Taxi.